Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Harold and fraud. There's been news that has come out. I guess you could call it news, but it made me laugh and it made my favorite sidekick laugh. And by popular demand, I brought him back to discuss his thoughts on this news article that came out about Harry and Meghan.
Hi, this is Jay, aka Dr. Bad Vibes on YouTube. We got news.
That's right. The happy couple is back in the news, and it's not for the we want privacy, we want privacy. So we thought we'd have fun for a second, just discuss it, because that's what we're here for. Tom Bower from Revenge apparently gave an interview claiming that Meghan Markle was surprised and disappointed that Harry had, quote, very little money. Jay, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think we could survive on very little money, whatever he had?
On a sparse millions of dollars, I'm assuming not. Judging by her knowledge of other royal stuff, she probably thought he'd slain a dragon at some point and absorbed his mountain of gold from ye old cave.
But what Jay means is her pretend not knowledge of royals. She probably had like one of those files, like she had a huge file on the whole family, so she knew his bank account probably down to the cent before she married him.
Possibly. I mean, I guess a lot of what they have is probably under control, and she thought he had more access to what he actually does by not doing the work that the royals typically do. I guess they lost out on that, or maybe she thought she could make more by selling all this nonsense.
She thought she was living Blank Check the movie.
That'd be cool. I want an ice cream pool with a big basketball cherry.
So according to Tom Bower, who appeared on GB News earlier this month, apparently he said that Meghan Markle was, quote, surprised and disappointed that Harry had very little money. I find that so funny. Discussing the Duchess's misconceptions about the royal family, the author who wrote Revenge described the former Suits actress as money obsessed.
The expert said her great surprise and disappointment was that Prince Harry had very little money. She'd imagined he would be worth hundreds of millions. That's what I thought. I don't know anything. If not billions. And she's having to make up for it now. I mean, I would assume it's all under lock and key, probably like a trust estate kind of thing, because it goes back, thousands of years, right?
So describing how the couple could not afford their current lifestyle as working members of the royal family, the expert added, quote, she wants to ride in the big Cadillacs, the private jets on command. They sure seem to do that a lot. At the moment, she needs to scrounge for those sorts of things. Isn't that wild? All that money they made on Netflix and everything else, but they must be just hemorrhaging money. Tom Bower went on to say that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's attendance at the coronation has the potential to, quote, ruin the coronation and overshadow King Charles. They wish. I'm going to say nah, but it will be funny to watch to see if they show up. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expected to be invited to the coronation on May 6th, despite the fallout from Harry's explosive memoir, Spare. While they were still working senior royals, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were mostly funded by King Charles' Duchy of Cornwall estate.
There could be a little bit of truth to that. If they actually do show up, I mean, it probably would overshadow the coronation itself just through the memes. Like, if, we'll be there, and if they come out, I can guarantee there will be a "We want privacy" chant started, and I'm sure the crowd would love to start screaming that, and that would overshadow anything that happened that day.
And by started, he means that he and I would be yelling, "We want privacy, we want privacy." Following the couple's decision to leave the firm, it was reported that Charles' $1.2 billion Duchy of Cornwall estate paid his youngest son around £2.3 million a year. I say that like that because, it's a lot more in dollars. A year on average. However, the couple said the sum covered 95% of their office expenditure. What the hell are they talking about? They also claimed, remember in the Oprah interview, that they were cut off financially from Charles. The remaining 5% of their annual income came from the taxpayer-funded $82 million annual sovereign grant, which is handed to the most senior members of the royal family.
What the hell is going on in that office to cost so much? What kind of stationery are they using? Are they using like actual Egyptian papyrus with saber-toothed tiger blood as ink. Like, that's insane. I mean, I'm sure. I would love to see an audit of it. I'm sure the the UK citizens would as well. They would probably see such waste going on, especially with that grant. I don't know what I mean. I thought that was typically for charitable things and like appearances. So if that's being wasted, the people would like to know. I'm sure.
So the £2.4 million refurbishment of Frogmore Cottage on the Windsor estate was also paid for by this pot, which Prince Harry has since repaid. This is according to the article. I've had so many of you in the comments say, no, he did not repay it. Charles paid it for him. Nice, huh? Of course, again, he'll cry victimhood and say, they cut me off. They don't like me. When they announced that they were stepping down as working royals, the couple pledged in a statement that they wanted to become, quote, financially independent while continuing to support Her Majesty the Queen. No, they do not. They did not support Her Majesty the Queen, and they want to do anything but be financially independent. There is no way. Months later, the couple signed a deal with Netflix and included their explosive 6-part documentary series, Lies. It was reported that the couple were paid up to £88 million. Netflix got ripped off. I don't feel bad for Netflix, though. They suck, too. Which landed on the streaming service last December.
Yeah, it sounds like they should probably work on a budget and spending plan. Maybe realize sometimes frog less is frog more. If you want to save money, also probably don't buy a house in LA or rent. Montecito, either way, California. I assume they're probably renting and paying something ungodly a month. Is that what's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that Netflix money's probably almost gone already.
It costs a shit ton of money for Meghan to dress so stupid. In December 2020, it was reported that the couple had signed a £30 million podcast deal with Spotify to host their very own shows as part of Archwell Audio. I'm laughing because, Jay, we took a listen to that on our Patreon and let everybody know how that podcast sounds.
I have such struggles. Things are hard. Let's make the world better. It's really the most contrived bullshit I've ever heard. I think while we were watching it, I made a joke that I worked at Wendy's in high school, and I was like, I would rather sit and watch the whole Wendy's training video on loop, which I looked up on YouTube, so now it's hilarious because YouTube keeps suggesting excerpts from the Wendy's training videos from like the 90s.
He's right, though. It's way more fun to watch than it is to listen to that fucking podcast.
Yeah, at least they have some cool raps that they throw down.
In their explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, I think they meant lies, not explosive. Prince Harry said that he had to rely on his inheritance in the wake of Megxit. Oh, poor thing. You know how all of us can just do that, right? Jay, are we relying on your inheritance?
Yeah, it got us, it allowed us to biggie size it.
The article goes on to report that Meghan has a reported personal fortune of £4 million, mainly from her acting work and property in Canada. There is no way. That money was spent before she even got with that ginger. There's no way. Wasn't she renting that property?
She made that much off of suits? Good Lord, character's welcome, right? Maybe she opened the right suitcase. She ran off with it and the banker didn't catch her.
Aw, look, it's a photo from our wedding day. That's how I looked at you. How romantic.
Yeah, except my crown was from Burger King, and Jim was looking at me like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm the king. I'll have it my way. But I guess that's all we can really say on this. Not a big shock. Thanks for listening. Catch us over at Patreon. I've been helping out a little there, saying dumb stuff about also dumb stuff. And new development, we finally got good internet. Jen can have some more live streams, and they'll be a lot more reliable now. I mean, we've got like at least a 10 times speed increase, so it's been so amazing. Like, it's ridiculous, like how we've gotten along so for the past few years with such horrible internet. Related to that, prior to receiving that awful internet when we moved here, I was streaming on my channel, Dr. Bad Vibes, so I've been dabbling with that again. I did a test stream about a week ago. So if you would like to see stupid video game stuff and me say stupid stuff, subscribe to Dr. Bad Vibes. Leave some comments. I want to hear everybody's take on her accounting policies.
Guys, thanks for being here and for supporting the show. If you want to further support, check out patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Got bonus stuff going on over there. I drag Jay on the mic, and we have a lot of fun. And we've been talking about these two quite a bit, so check that out. Thanks so much for being here. This was just kind of a fun, funny bonus, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely check back for Courtiers, because I can't wait to keep going with that book. Take care. Bye-bye.